Hi, I'm Julia Childs. No, it's actually Bart. Dave's not here this week because he had hernia surgery on Thursday. He's doing great, don't worry, but he's just a little tired, so he's behind the camera being my cameraman right now. Say hi, Dave. It's like old times, remember when he wouldn't come on camera? So with our Dad 101 videos, we realized we actually have never showed you how to bottle feed. So when Sloan was first born, you may remember we actually used our surrogate's frozen breast milk for the first few weeks, and it was great. Sloan loved it, but then, over time we started transitioning from that to formula. So we actually went with Earth's Best. We heard great things. Sloan loved it. She's a fan. So we've been using this, and then we slowly transitioned to fully this from the breast milk. One thing that's important that our pediatricians noted is that you should keep the same formula as you go on, as long as your baby is liking it. It's kind of messes up their system if you keep changing the formula, so we stuck with this from the very beginning. So one of the things you must be wondering is how much do you feed your baby? So you should check with your pediatrician to see what they say. There's also some suggestions in the back of these formula cans. And yeah, from there what you could do is you either could use lukewarm water, put in the formula and then heat it up in a heater, or some people like actually using hot water to begin with and then mixing it with the formula. Either way, you have a nice warm bottle. And one thing also the pediatrician, at least ours, recommended is after a while you can liberalize your baby's feeding, which means although you have a certain amount they should be eating, if they're still hungry, you could feed them a little more. It's no big deal. It's a no big deal that. So here's the baby. Thanks, Dave. So always supporting the neck and head. Hello. Hello. So it's great to keep them in an upright position. And then what you can do, right? You ready check to make sure the temperature is just perfect. Not too hot, not too cold. And then, ever so slowly, you can start feeding your baby. Now, every 2 ounces or so in the beginning, you could really stop, take a pause, support their neck. You could do a C hold or many of the other holds that are recommended. And you can just give them a little tap. You want them to give a little burp. Oh my God, that was amazing. Another way to burp your baby is right over the shoulder. So support the head and neck. You go like, great job! So there's one time we were feeding Sloan and keep looking and she's not really eating anything and she's crying. So we're like, she must not be hungry, no big deal. But actually what was going on was that there was this really small clog in the nipple and she couldn't get any of the food out. She couldn't eat. So we're sitting there like, oh, she's not even hungry. We've been feeding her so much, we've liberalized her feeding. And there she is being like, somebody feed me. So one thing to make sure is if your baby's not actually downing their bottle, check the nozzle and the nipple, make sure it's clear, make sure there's nothing weird going on, there's clumpiness in here, it wasn't mixed up right, because it could happen to you. Oh, thank you, Dave. So helpful. We actually had to remind ourselves what it was like to feed a newborn baby. Now we give Sloan her bottle and she will just hold it up, she'll down it and let us know when she's finished, and that is a big change from having to support a neck and a head and burp in between. Now you don't even care about burping, she just burps on her own. So if you like this video, please subscribe or send to a friend, and until next week, bye guys.